Hey, just wanted to let you see how to work with BruKnow if you're filling out the course facilitator outline. So let me just share my screen real quick and then we'll get into it. So first we'll just go over on Google here. We'll go to BruKnow. So if you haven't used BruKnow before, it's the library catalog through Brown. You're welcome to use it. You're already paying into it with your tuition. And let's see what I'll do here is it's going to bring up a search bar, and so we can type in here whatever you want to look for. So this could be tuberculosis in this part of the world, TB related to pediatric problems, whatever it is you're interested in. I'm going to do something fun. Just for example, let's search for doing awesome and then research. What happens when we search? Well, it's going to give us a bunch of different results for what we do here. And you can look at these, find one that you think is interesting. A few things that you want to look at, though, while you're navigating the search bar. First is at the top here. Notice this little gray section here. It says article for this one, sound recording for this one, newspaper article, sound recording again. Here's a book. So the first thing that you'll want to think about is what type of finding is relevant to what we're doing here. And so I'm going to ask that you pick one that says article. Not necessarily, not newspaper article, really just article. This means that it's in an academic journal. This one's called the Health Service Journal. And that's going to be relevant to what we'd want to use for a research project, because oftentimes we build our argument around an article that's already been published in another journal. We'll have a bunch of them in there to provide context. So that's the first thing you want to look for. Pick one that says article. Other thing you should look for is 2014, it says here. Let's see, this is 2020. It says 2015. This says 2014, 2018. This is the date that was published. And I don't know that I feel strongly that you need a really recent article necessarily, but if you have something from the 1900s, that might be a little bit outdated. So you might want to look for something that's a little more recent. I don't know that I mind if it's in 2014 or something like that. But if it's, into the early 2000s or even before that, I might think, that's a little bit too old. It might not be relevant to what we're doing now, unless you're talking about the history of research or something like that. Let's say we want to click on an article. Let's say we want to do this one here. Okay, what's going to happen when we click on it? Well, first thing is there's going to be this link here for reading online, and there's also this ProQuest link. So this will help you actually pull up the article itself, so that way you can read it. Really, though, what I'll ask is if you go to this button here that says permalink, and you click on that, it's going to pull up this little link here, and you can copy the link to your clipboard. And on the form, there's going to be a space. It'll ask you to provide a link. So if you could add this permalink into that spot on the form, that would be a really big help. The reason why to do this, everybody's got different computers. Some people have different groups they might work with. So I just don't necessarily know who's going to have access to which articles, depending on where you found them. However, everyone should have access to BruKnow. And if you click on this link here, it should bring you back to the BruKnow page, no matter who you are. And so then you can log in and try to find, your own read online links. And at least also too, if you're having trouble with something, you can click on the citation and it'll give you, if it's going to load, here we are, all of the article information if you're having trouble with the system working, so you can look it up yourself. But hopefully this will guide us in the right direction so that we all get on the same page. So that's what you're looking for, this over here with the link on it that says permalink. If you copy that to your clipboard and put that into the page, then we can know that we all have access to the same article. All right, that's what I got on this. Hey, thanks so much. We'll see you in class.